I'm going to try to put this as eloquently as I can. What the fuck is up with Jasmine Crockett? This member of Congress is just absolutely buck wild. We're going to go through some events and controversies that she's gotten into just this week alone, I think. And some of it will relate back to other statements she made. But, geez, Alou, where do we start with this buffoon?
Can I just start with this, Gene? Can we just please let MTG kick her ass? I mean, that we should have let that happen that day.
Well, do you remember, I think it was last year, when MTG got into a real, let's call it a kerfuffle, for lack of a better word, because that's just a funny word to say, and that really fits the situation. When she was going back and forth with Jasmine Crockett, ended up mentioning her false eyelashes, and then AOC jumped into it, and we got the "oh girl, baby girl" comment from AOC.
Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about. I
think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Some shit is about to go down.
That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are going to move, and we're going to take your words down.
Bitch is running wild, man.
Mike, it was.
And then even more recently, Nancy Mace threatened to take her outside.
She gonna keep saying trans, so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or not.
Do not call me a child. I am no child.
I want to find out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I am 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have.
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I
will.
am reclaiming my
Let's go.
time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman of Committee.
Like, Crockett is cruising for a bruising if she keeps this up.
Oh, she is writing checks that maybe her congressional seat can't cash at this point. I'm going to start with her statement directed at Texas Governor Greg Abbott. She was at I think it was like a human rights advocacy organization, like some type of fundraiser, looking like she just got dressed up for prom, by the way. And off-the-cuff comments get politicians in trouble all the time. Listen to this.
Because we in these hot-ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot-ass mess, honey. So,
I just want to remind everybody that she's actually a lawyer. And I don't know whether she is putting on this presentation for effect or if this is actually how her brain functions. But calling Greg Abbott Governor Hot Wheels, I did not have that on my 2025 bingo card.
First of all, watch some of her old videos. She does not speak in that cadence or dialect 10 years ago, right? She was an inconsequential, like one-term state representative in the state house in Texas.
Someone's been listening to Call Rove.
Yes, and she was much more cleaned up and polished and much better spoken, more well-spoken, more white, if you will. She was much better spoken back in the day.
in my mind, I'm thinking, I just got to Austin and I had to meet 5 people to get here. I don't know about this. So y'all don't know what white privilege looks like, but I'm gonna show you a little bit of something. It's a huge responsibility. You know, the congressional seat is over 4 times as large as my House seat.
I'm trying to get clarification. Look at, calm down. Calm down. No, because this is what y'all do.
And I was just starting to get into the rhythm of doing constituent services. They send them to Texas, they send them to Florida. Every deplorable state that we can think about, they usually coming out of y'all's think tank. There was someone that talked to me and said, in fact, a former ambassador in the Clinton administration.
Please calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down, because y'all talk noise and then
You're out of control.
Now she found her ethnic roots and trying to act a little more ghetto in the public for some reason. I don't understand. But she tried to cover this up, Gene. I don't know if you caught it earlier today. She said, well, I was referring, I don't know if you have this tweet lined up, but she tweeted out, I was referring to the governor because he's using planes, trains, and automobiles to ship immigrants to mostly black-run cities across the country. That's where I got the name Hot Wheels from.
Oh, yes, I did catch that. I did catch it. I actually have pictures to put into post-production where she did mention, and like other tweets about quote-unquote Governor Hot Wheels. I saw a lot of people on X talking about Trump and trying to bring it back to the motions he was doing at a Trump rally that they claimed was mocking a disabled journalist, when that was debunked and it was just his over-exaggeration of a triggered Democrat. So the left, again, in the form of Jasmine Crockett right now, not taking responsibility for shit. I hope you heard me throughout that whole thing, pal, and that it was just me wonking out on the connection here.
Yeah, no, you sound perfect. But, you know, I go back to my default position. At the end of the day, I do think everyone needs to have thick skin. So even her calling him Governor Hot Wheels, crude joke, insensitive, yes. At the end of the day, I really don't care. But the Democrats always claim the moral high ground, that they are the tolerant ones, that they are the ones that are politically correct, right? So when they violate, you have to call them out and make fun of them, right? Because the right, the Donald Trump isn't going to run around saying he's politically correct, right? He actually gets accused of making fun of things and saying racist things when they're not even true, even though he does skirt the line sometimes to be funny. But the left claims that they don't do any of that.
Well, you mentioned what was Abbott's reaction to all this. Let's take a look from this clip from Hannity.
Accident at 26, and you were jogging, and you had a very severe injury, and yes, you are in a wheelchair, and I've gotten to know you. You're a personal friend of mine. I take it personally when friends of mine are attacked viciously for no reason, and there's no way in hell that this woman and her ex-post is going to convince me she meant anything other than what we all believe it to be. Your reaction?
Well, Sean, is another day and another disaster by the Democrats. The reality is they have no vision, no policy. They have nothing to sell but hate. And Americans are not buying it. It's one reason why Texas is going to remain red and why Republicans are going to continue to win elections across the country. The fact, Sean, is that Texas is actually in direct contrast to what she was talking about. Texas has ranked number one for the most new jobs in America over the past month, number one for the most new jobs over the past year and for several years. Texas ranks number one for the most new economic development projects for 13 years in a row. CEOs who run businesses have ranked Texas the best state for doing business for 20 years in a row. And Texas is in the vanguard as it concerns the future of the United States, such as space exploration, such as artificial intelligence, such as semiconductors, as well as power generation.
He took the high road. Abbott took the high road. He didn't take the bait.
He did. And to tell you the truth, so like a lot of people in Texas, there's some turmoil in the Republican Party there. And even outside the state of Texas, like Tucker Carlson, for instance, has lots of differences of opinion with Governor Abbott. But I will say this, besides taking the high road and being a gentleman, Governor Abbott deserves a lot of credit. He single-handedly made illegal immigration a national issue during the interim or the intermission between the two Trump administrations, right? By keeping it alive and actually putting pain on the purple states and the blue states by sending this problem to other states and not, keeping it all in Texas. We might really be thanking him for getting Trump back in office and actually solving this problem now, right? So Jasmine Crockett can say whatever the hell she wants to say. She's the hot mess, really.
Like what you see so far? Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Also, leave us a comment and tell us what you're thinking. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another show. And speaking of hot mess, let's keep going forward into exploring Jasmine Crockett's, for lack of a better word, Jasmine Crockett's big-ass mouth. She appeared on some sort of live stream concerning, Tesla. It was like a Tesla takedown forum or something like that. And there's this snippet going around of what Crockett said that many feel was a call for the continuation of all of the destruction of property and violence we've been seeing against Tesla, the vehicles, its dealerships, and this is what she said.
So I'll make sure that I keep it short, but I am truly here for very selfish reasons. Starting with on March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes.
That seems kind of extreme.
For Elon to be taken down. What does that mean? Your guess is as good as mine, right? I mean, could it mean that, it wants to see him taken down a peg politically? That's not the first thing that comes to mind for me, especially given the context of it. First thing that comes to mind for me is a continuation of a progressive backlash and indeed violence that's been perpetrated the past couple of weeks against Elon Musk, against Tesla, and against his property and his people.
The irony, Gene, is that I know lots of conservatives that are actively thinking about buying a Tesla now. Something that would have been unheard of, 2 or 3 years ago even. They're thinking about buying an electric car. Hell, I'm even thinking about buying an electric car. I don't want an electric car. I don't like them. I don't believe in them. But if there was an affordable one with a Tesla symbol on it, I'd probably buy it. I'm thinking about slapping a Tesla symbol on my Ford Explorer just for the laughs.
That would be fun, right? Yeah, I mean, for those of you who don't know, last year, Tesla had a pretty good year. I think it was the 5th most purchased electric vehicle in the nation. At one point, demand was so high that they were churning out something like 1,300 Teslas a day. For all the talk from people like Tim Walz, that idiot, talking about how Tesla stock was going down, Tesla stock has gone nothing but up since Tim Walz said that nonsense. In fact, you know what? We did a little bit of a short video here on Tim Walz and what he was saying. Let me pull this up because I think this is a nice little interlude here to laugh at Tim Walz, to laugh at these people going at Elon Musk, and just a little cameo also from Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary on CNN, just bashing Walz over the head. At least that's what Jasmine Crockett would have said, possibly using violent rhetoric like that.
Well, she said that about Ted Cruz. Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. But here is Tim Walz and the fallout from his statement.
Saying on my phone, I don't know, some of you know this on the iPhone.
Really? This guy again?
They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping.
You want us to lose?
Shut the fuck up, Tim.
Talking about Tim Walz and his comments about the Tesla stock, he says it gives him a boost to see that stock going down.
That poor guy didn't check his portfolio and his own pension plan for state.
Whoa, wait. What do you mean?
The Minnesota Tesla State Board of Investment, they have 1.6 million shares in Tesla in their retirement fund, 211,000 shares in a non-retirement fund.
Congratulations, you played yourself. It's beyond stupid what he did. He's talking down a 3.5% weighting in his own pension plan. I mean, what's the matter with that guy? He doesn't check the well-being of his own constituents in his state. I mean, that's their investment fund. Point, what a bozo.
You an idiot?
Well, yes, he is.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
I knew you'd like that one.
Brilliant.
Speaking of playing themselves, let's get back to Jasmine Crockett for a second here. Crockett's comments about Tesla reached the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, and she has a message for the Congresswoman about her mouthy ways.
Words have consequences. And what happened after she said that about Elon Musk, she's a Texan in her own home state. After she said that, this morning, 3 explosive devices were found in Austin, Texas. So she needs to unequivocally denounce the violence. She must apologize immediately, not only to all Texans, but to our country, to the American shareholders of Tesla, because she is promoting violence.
There you go.
Yes. Remember January 6th? Remember when Donald Trump gave a speech and said, make your voices heard peacefully and patriotically. And then they tried to throw him in jail for the rest of his life for inciting an insurrection. Yes, this is how we play the game. You want to say we should take down Elon and Tesla, and then some lunatic from your side throws a firebomb at a Tesla shop? Yes, you should get locked up now for inciting an insurrection. I agree.
He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue.
Or inciting other criminal behavior.
No, I want insurrection, Gene. It don't matter. They changed the definition of the word. We just changed definitions now. Elon works for the government. That's insurrection.
I can't do it, man. I can't go full libtard, though. I'm not gonna. I agree.
You never go full libtard, Gene.
You never go full libtard. You can't do that. No. You find other. There's other crimes that maybe you can connect to it, or maybe civil liability you can connect to it. Hit her in her pocketbook.
I want insurrection.
Yeah, I know. All you want is a finding of insurrection and like 150 scalps. I get it.
And then I want them to accuse Trump again, and then I want someone from the future DOJ to say, yeah, Trump is just so old and a nice old gentlemanly guy, and no jury would convict him. I want them to say that next time they accuse Trump of a crime, too.
Is that too much to ask?
Oh, it's fun to dream. Well, listen, Jasmine Crockett would have a problem with what you said because she doesn't mean to, she's never incited violence. She's not violent. Galloway, how dare you even insinuate that? Except that there's video evidence of not only words but deeds now. I don't know if you saw this other video, but listen, this is just too perfect. This is literally too perfect.
Just in case the slow people listening decide to click this up later, I just want to say that I have never promoted violence whatsoever. I think that you punch. I think you punch.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up. I don't promote violence, but yeah, you should punch.
Yeah.
Now,
she's just part of the fringe of their party. Find me somebody who's not like her in their party.
Well, the people steering the party right now all seem to sound like her, but is she being figurative, literal? Let's see, because this is a clip from, I think, at the end of the 2024 cycle, talking about Ted Cruz that you alluded to earlier.
I think you're okay with you okay with punching. You know, I think, and I love Colin, and I think towards the end he started to punch a little harder. But like, it's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard, right? Like, there is no niceties with him, like, at all. Like, you go clean off on him, right?
That sounds to a person that maybe doesn't follow politics or is a fan of hers and does follow politics, sounds like a call to action to me.
Gene, she is another fake tough guy like AOC. Trust me when I tell you that woman has never gotten into a fight. I'm pretty sure she was in that Choose Your Fighter Democrat video where she's lined up lefty, and I don't believe she's a lefty. Okay, so
I am a lefty.
She ain't punching nobody.
I gotta turn this way towards you. Okay, turn towards me. Turn towards me. See,
and you got to do it weird. It's hold on.
Let's do it. Here we go.
I got to wait. Lefty. Hold on.
I'm the lefty, and listen, I'm lefty, and I got my right cock. I don't know why, but I'm just like, you know what? I throw lefty, I bat righty. It's just the way it is.
I'm the opposite. I throw righty and bat lefty.
There you go. Between the two of us, we got a switch hitter. But you said that she doesn't have the huevos, the marbles, if you will, to lash out. I beg to differ, and I think maybe you didn't see this clip. This is courtesy of Laura Loomer, of all people. But it's not Laura Loomer involved. She's just putting it out there. And I think after you see this, you might change your tune. This is a reporter trying to get a comment from Jasmine Crockett. And again, it's from Laura Loomer, so take it with a grain of salt. But what happens in this video is undeniable.
Hello, Congresswoman.
Horse manure. Well, that sounds like fun.
Wait, Congresswoman Crockett.
But it sounds.
Congresswoman Crockett, you were recently on a Tesla takedown call calling for violence on the 29th. Would you like to clarify your comments?
As you can see.
Congresswoman, will you condone violence at the table?
That's violence. That's assault right there.
And nothing's going to happen to her. So there you go.
Exactly right. Nothing's going to happen to her, or maybe something will happen to her. If Pam Bondi can back up her tough talk, if these House Republicans can back up their tough talk, digging up evidence of the other instances of quote-unquote Governor Hot Wheels that are out there in Twitter land and X land, put it together with a clip like that of her actually shoving a reporter. You may not like the outlet that the reporter is from, but it's still a reporter nonetheless. You put all this together, you put all these inconsistencies together, and a strong case could be made here, not only for censure, but maybe even a misdemeanor charge here, a misdemeanor assault. If anything, that will put her. If anything, that will put her on notice that she can't keep doing this.
Yeah, but imagine if that was like Ted Cruz that did that, right? Or Marco Rubio. They'd immediately be calling for resignations and censures and expulsion. Like, you were a fan of expelling my boy, Mr. Santos in New York over there. He hasn't done half the stuff that this woman has done.
I agree. I think she should be censured and she should be expelled. Absolutely. For assaulting a reporter like that? Absolutely. I'm all for it. Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let's do it. Oh, wait, we can't. Because the Democrats are going to protect their own and they're going to tolerate this behavior. And that's the true hypocrisy of what goes on when it comes to Congress and trying to expel members. Republicans had the balls to expel George Santos, still retain the majority. Democrats will never do the same to someone like Jasmine Crockett, even in the face of undeniable evidence of a misdemeanor assault.
Listen, I respect the Democrats gangster, okay? They protect their own. I don't think we should be expelling anyone. And I think we should be doing the same exact thing. We should be going over the top and going out of our way to use euphemisms and however else you want to describe it to insinuate the possibility of violence and then say, politically speaking, of course, right? Just to piss them off. They do it to us all the time. And then we try to take the moral high ground on this one. We shouldn't. Get down in the mud with them. You know, have you ever seen a boxing match with one boxer wearing very padded, heavy gloves and the other one going bare knuckle? Like, it doesn't happen, man. Rip those gloves off and let's go at it. Let's have it out.
Oh, I agree that Republicans have willingly tied one hand behind their back when it comes to fighting a lot of these partisan fights and a lot of this culture war stuff. And while I applaud the high-mindedness of it, the idea of we go high when they go low, there are times when you need to go low. And I certainly agree with you on that. But I think the way that you go low is to take a video like Jasmine Crockett assaulting a reporter, giving it to the Department of Justice, filing an ethics complaint and filing the proper documents to expel her, and get the Democrats on record defending and condoning Jasmine Crockett's behavior. Get them on record fighting against a legitimate criminal investigation and keep them on their back foot the way that Republicans are now with this whole snafu involving Signal, and keep them having to do what Ross Galloway said last week and the week before. Have them fight these 80-20 battles. Have them be on the short side of the 80-20. I can't think of a majority of people supporting Jasmine Crockett for smacking a reporter. I can't think of anyone getting behind her and calling Greg Abbott Governor Hot Wheels or saying that you need to really hit Ted Cruz over the head. There's no way. If this is brought to light the right way, you can go low while staying high.
And I'll go one step further. I want to go even lower. I give Kash Patel and Pam Bondi another 30 days. I want a Democrat or a Democrat donor locked the fuck up. I want them indicted. I want them to get buried in legal fees. I want them bankrupted. I want their lives ruined like they did to Rudy Giuliani, like they tried to do to Donald Trump.
If you like that clip from our new show, Behind Enemy Lines, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other shows, and tune in live every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.